All right. Hello, Maro.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you. You're here from Quicknode.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are helping teams access Hyperliquid with all of your infrastructure. So
Exactly.
yeah, amazing. Just put it a little bit closer there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
All right. Well, let's get into a little bit of this here. Yeah. So, what's made Hyperliquid kind of interesting from an infrastructure level for you guys to be a part of?
Yeah, so Hyperliquid is quite different from everything that Quicknode has done before.
Right.
So we started early on with all the EVMs, and then like Solana, like high throughput. But Hyperliquid is kind of like very different
Mm-hmm.
on the sense of like even Solana, there's a lot of like a pooling, and then with Hyperliquid, it's kind of like it's very hard the pooling side. So it's all about streaming. It's all about speed. It's all about like WebSocket. It's all about like streaming, WebSocket, gRPC. So the microstructure of the Hyperliquid itself, it's something that we're experimenting for the first time, and then so we're adapting and building for builders, right?
Yeah, amazing. So with the Hypercore's high throughput here, I guess how does that affect the infra providers, kind of like you guys? Obviously, you kind of touched on a few things before there, but how does that actually affect what you guys have to do and work for and build?
Yeah, like I said before, right? So it's all about like how to get the data. There's two sides of data, right? So this high speed data for builders that are trading and doing things on chain, like perps and everything. And there's the side of the analytics, right? So that people want to analyze their positions, their P&Ls and everything. So the scale of data it's massive. So we had to kind of reinvent a couple things at Quicknode to kind of like support these both sides of the table, right? So people that want the data as fast as they possibly could get, and also like these people that want to analyze the data. So these two things made us to kind of shuffle things around inside of Quicknode, and it has been like a great experience. So we keep integrating more and more, adding more features, adding things that are not even available directly on Hyperliquid, making things easy for people that want to build on chain, right? So oftentimes we are faster than connecting directly to Hyperliquid, just because of our distribution and all the learnings that we developed across 10 years that Quicknode is it's been around. But yeah, so it's a constant change and evolution because of how our Hyperliquid is structured.
Right, and how it's structured and how it's built. And that's really interesting to hear, you're catering towards not only high frequency trading and high frequency traders and what they need, but also the analytics side of it too, because people need that data to be able to pull in. And Hyperliquid is just a very novel and unique place for all of that to exist.
Yeah, exactly. It's a completely different microstructure, right? So people that are used to EVM side or Solana, this is a completely it's closer to NASDAQ type of structure than the blockchains, right? So there are a lot of builders that want to get to the market very, very quickly, and they don't want to do all the plumbing. And then we're just kind of plugging these both sides. They're extremely and equally important, and make it easy to people to go access this data, see those P&Ls, and whatever you're trying to to build. We're trying to make it easy, make it fast to get those startups to get to market very, very quickly.
Exactly. And that kind of ties into the next thing here with how you guys are helping developers build on top of Hyperliquid and kind of what you're offering here.
Yeah, exactly. So we offer quite unique things. So we have different medias, right? Hyperliquid, we have a gRPC streaming that is for the ones that are trading, the ones that want this data very, very, very quickly, the ones that are want to reconstruct the order book, right? So this is another thing that is kind of unique to the Hyperliquid ecosystem is the order book. So if you want to trade, you want to know what's going on around, right? So we have the gRPC with the lowest latency that you could possibly get. So we have a WebSocket as well, but the gRPC is always the best. We have the normal RPC, REST APIs, and all those things for the ones that are not doing high frequency trading. And then we have now a new offer that is even a new offer for Quicknode itself, that is a SQL media, where if you don't want to do all this put together, pull the data, put it in an analytical database. You want to go in a step forward to the analytical part directly, and to get to market, like to build dashboards, to build all these analytics that you care. We have this new media. So this is something that it doesn't exist yet at Quicknode in any other chain but Hyperliquid. So we are just focusing a lot on this media for Hyperliquid that ties together all these data sets that, again, are unique for Hyperliquid, are very close to what you see on a NASDAQ-like structure. And we're putting in a SQL media where you can simply do SQL queries, and you get all that data on real time, right? Which is also one thing that is very, very important, right? So you could get like Hyperliquid like every hour on S3 or something, do yourself. Sure. We do like a real time, and then you can plug and play on your system right away. So you can do like all sort of things. And again, this is a new media that is only available for Hyperliquid. We don't have that available in any other chain, and we're experimenting with Hyperliquid. So this is very unique media that we're learning a lot, and then trying to kind of get to market to make the people's life like easy on plumbing this data.
Amazing. Yeah, it's crazy to see the kind of outside of it. Usually we're seeing people interface with applications and things that they get to actually they're touching and seeing that way. For you guys to be able to be helping facilitate all that and kind of being these magic hands in the background, it's truly amazing and impressive. Anything next here for you guys with Hyperliquid and what you're seeing?
Yeah, so basically we first integrated the Hyper AVM, fully integrated. That's kind of like the easy part. So we have been doing this forever. The Hypercore was like the big challenge. That is the thing that is completely different. So we did the entire integration on the streaming side. So we have like, again, very, very fast streaming. So we are launching the SQL product for the ones that want to do analytics, get to market their product very, very quickly. And I think right now it's just our cycle is basically iteration. So we want to talk to a lot of builders to what they need, and then to kind of build towards that kind of vision for the ones that are like actually needing this thing. So I think the only thing that we don't have integrated yet, and then is coming, is the builder's code. So we're working with something very unique on the builder's code as well for folks that want to kind of get and transact. Because one of the things that we learned was that people have a lot of problems on kind of getting that to understand or to get things right. So we want to make something very, very easy to anyone to go and then submit transactions, see their P&Ls, and make this cycle like again and again, a learning cycle that we keep like tailoring more features, more things to specifically to the ecosystem for what the ecosystem is in most need. So so in a short, like it's basically iteration. So it's our main thing right now. We got those things out, and we want to get in more and more people's hands and learn and iterate, and then keep that cycle going.
Amazing. Well, it's wonderful to hear and get a little more insight into the underlying backbone of Hyperliquid and how things continue to operate and work. And people don't really have to, not really seeing it on the surface, but we're feeling it on the back end. So.
That's the goal.
Amazing. Right. Well, thank you very much for coming on, and Hyperliquid.
Hyperliquid.